Was geht ab, Leute? Vielen Dank, dass ihr wieder eingeschaltet habt und herzlich willkommen zu einer neuen Starfield-Session. Für euch hat es gestern hier aufgehört, für mich hat es gestern hier aufgehört. Server will direkt wieder abhauen, alles klärchen. Äh, ich, oh mein Gott, ich Idiot. Ich war schon so häufig vor so einem Bot, ne? Und ich habe immer Sanitäter gelesen. Aber das ist Sanitär. Ja, okay, die Folge fängt schon mal nice. So, besser spät merken als nie merken. Also, wir sind beim Mast, bei den United Colonies. Wir wurden ja, als wir hier gelandet sind, wurden wir darauf aufmerksam gemacht, dass die UC Personalmangel hat. Und wir sollten uns hier melden.
Defense research has about a dozen active contracts right now. We'll see which ones pan out.
Mal kurz das Mikro gerade machen, das triggert mich, dass das schief ist. So, bei ihm hier sollen wir uns melden. Aber wir gucken erstmal. Ich darf mitnehmen. Interessant.
Yes?
Ja, okay, du bist wirklich eine Beamtin. Ich wollte gerade sagen, ja, du kannst dich gerne
Always
entschuldigen.
feels like we're understaffed.
Ja, deswegen bin ich ja auch hier. Ah. Die UC hat Alpha Centauri, Toliman, Sol oder Taliman? Ich weiß es nicht. Wolf. Das ist, glaube ich, das Freestar Collective. Valo, Narian, Cheyenne und Woli. Quicks gehört, ich habe keine Ahnung. Und unconfirmed gehört, ich habe keine Ahnung. Also was es ja noch gibt, ist Haus nicht Vanguard, Haus Varun. Aber keine Ahnung, wer davon jetzt was ist und naja. So.
I'm afraid I'm not at liberty to discuss the details of my division's work. The fewer people there are thinking about Aegis on a daily basis, the easier my job is.
So, was machst du hier?
I'm the acting head of Aegis, the intelligence division here in Mast.
Stimmt, das war
I oversee
Geheimdienst.
all our active projects and agents in the field, and I'm afraid that's about as much detail as I can give you.
Aha, was kannst du mir über Aegis sagen?
All you really need to know is that we're here to serve and we're the good guys. Our main priority
Sagt das
is the
nicht
safety
jeder
and
über
security
sich?
of the citizens and assets of the United Colonies,
Just say.
wherever they may be. We keep an eye on, well, everything.
Ich habe gerade irgendein Achievement bekommen. Muss schwierig sein, über so wenige Dinge reden zu können. Wenn man erst betonen muss, dass man zu den Guten gehört, tut man es meistens nicht. Ihr seid also Spione. Wie viele Agents arbeiten? Ihr seid also Spione.
It is a word that has been used, both for good and ill, to describe us at times.
Und wie viele Agents seid ihr
That's
so?
a level of detail I can't get into.
Das dachte ich mir schon.
Don't worry. We've got plenty of good people working hard.
Machen wir das mal.
Well, you're certainly entitled to that opinion. And there are plenty of others who share it. We'll be looking out for you just the same.
Das ist nett. Du heißt Platoon?
No. My parents would never have been so presumptuous.
So,
Every agent
Platon.
who joins Aegis gets to choose a pseudonym, pending
Heute
I
ist nicht
chose
mein
this for
Hetzertag.
myself when I signed on. I have, of course, since learned that I am not nearly as smart as I thought I was as a younger man. I suppose none of us are.
Heute ist nicht mein Tag, Alter.
We're the intelligence arm of the United Colonies. Think of it this way. UC security responds to threats. It's Aegis's job to anticipate and prevent them.
Ich soll was für die UC
We've
Sec
got you doing grunt work, Captain. Hardly the reward I'd expect for a member of the Vanguard.
Sergeant Yumi brauchte Hilfe, also habe ich mich gemeldet. Kein Job ist mir zu minder. Ich brauche die Credits dringend. Er brauchte Hilfe und ich habe gesagt, ja.
I bet qualities like that are precisely why you've moved so quickly up the ranks.
Woher willst du das wissen?
Statistical average, psychological tendencies, a sergeant's need to tower over his subordinates. But really, it was just a joke. I meant nothing by it. In any case, let me fill you in. We have a dead drop that we think has been compromised. So I'd like someone from UC Security to handle the pickup instead. Take the package back to Sergeant Yumi, and he'll check it in as evidence before it gets routed back to Aegis.
Okay, was meinst du mit aufgeflogen?
We think non-UC affiliated groups have their eye on it, and are using it to identify field agents. Normally, we just burn the location, but we didn't get this intel until after the drop. So we're going to need non-Aegis personnel to do the pickup to cover our tracks.
Warum hast du auf ein persönliches Treffen bestanden?
Well, I told the sergeant that anyone hired for this job should get my stamp of approval first. Nothing personal. It's just this sort of work isn't part of your normal detail.
Oh, ist verständlich.
Take the NAT to the spaceport. There should be a Galbank ATM right next to the station. The package is taped under one of the benches. Grab it and deliver it to Sergeant Yumi and the job's done.
Okay. Was ist in dem Paket? Das würde mir nicht sagen.
Just the usual reports from agents in the field on persons of interest. Right now, the information isn't as important as who we're tracking.
Okay.
Good luck with the mission.
Ich danke für deine Glückwünsche. Viel Glückwünsche. Ist das hier der der Verhandlungstisch, der Verhörraum? Verhandlungstisch, Alter. Heute ist echt, also, heute ist nicht mein Tag. Aber bevor wir gehen, machen wir hier nochmal Lucky Lucky vorher. Wollen ja wissen, was hier so abgeht.
Howdy.
Howdy.
Allied Medical needs those samples. Oh, never should have trusted that shipping company.
Mhm. Ich mag Menschen, die Howdy sagen. Die sind mir sympathisch.
We're on the cutting edge of technology here. It's an exciting place to be. There are so many different groups across the settled systems, it's hard to keep up with all the work they're doing.
Okay. Ich dachte, vielleicht können wir mit ihr reden. Also wir konnten mit ihr reden, aber ne, weil sie halt einen Namen hat. Sag mal, Sarah, ist alles okay mit dir?
Yes? What?
Nicht. Darf ich hier schießen? Vielleicht kommt das später, wenn wir uns hier ein bisschen bewährt haben.
Good to see you. May I
Ricardo
help you?
Bosch. Hey, dich kenne ich. Wir hatten dich am Raumhafen gefunden. Womit beschäftigst du
The
dich
short
genau?
answer is xenobiology, but I get that that's a pretty broad category. My specialty is alien flora, but as a lead, I managed pretty much every department on the station. Maybe now that I'm here, I'll go back to my roots, so to speak.
Und wie findest du New
It's
Atlantis?
home. It doesn't matter how long I've been away, that will never change. Now, this lab will take some getting used to. Sometimes I go looking for the bathroom and end up in the storage closet.
Passiert mir auch ständig.
Yeah, it's nice being in a lab again, and the facilities here at MAST are the best in the galaxy. The only thing I don't have is my research slate. The thought of having to start over from scratch, well, I feel like Sisyphus pushing his boulder up the hill.
Ich kann die Slate für dich suchen. Wie viel Mühe würde es machen, von vorne anzufangen?
Have you ever lost a document because you forgot to save? It takes twice the mental energy to rewrite it. You remember the basic idea, but there's no inspiration behind it. You're trying to pick up a memory that you told yourself was safe to forget.
Was befindet sich auf dieser Datenslate?
Xenobiological stuff on the flora we grew in the facility. We made regular jumps to masts, so thankfully I don't need all of it, just my most recent notes.
Na, vielleicht kann ich die für dich suchen.
Oh, great. I'll give you the coordinates to the station. It orbits Voss in the Alpha Centauri system, so it won't be too far of a jump. Just be careful. I don't know if those zealots are still there. If they are, definitely do not engage.
Ich werde engagen.
Goodbye.
I'm about to engage even harder now. Hi. Hi, Upsi. Wie geht's, wie steht's? Wie hüpft der Lachs? Geil, da könnt ihr mal die Tasse wegräumen?
Excuse me?
Nee. Verwalter Rhodes.
Oh, our backlog of medical claims is astronomical. Put it all on data slates and I could build a bridge to Gagarin.
Ich habe keine Ahnung, was das ist, aber ja. Arbeitest du gerne für die UC?
I really do. No group has done more for humanity than the United Colonies, and it is gratifying to be a part of that. Keeping our citizens in good health is vital to our continued success.
Ah. Und was machst du
It
hier?
is my pleasure to attempt to steer this lumbering bureaucracy towards doing something useful for its citizens, keeping them healthy. My background's in medicine, but I like to think I've graduated from helping one patient at a time to, well, all of them at once.
Ah,
You're always welcome to stop by.
gutes Gespräch, gutes Gespräch. Ja, ich finde aber interessant, dass es nicht nur, dass man nicht nur mit Leuten sprechen kann, die tatsächlich wirklich jetzt wichtig sind für die Story, Missionen oder irgendwie sowas, sondern dass du auch ja manchmal so kleine Gespräche mit solchen Leuten führen kannst. Nett. Haltestelle. Passt schon. Passt schon, ist ja jetzt nicht so krass. So, dann sollten wir zum Raumhafen. Und direkt beim Raumhafen ist eine Bank von der Gelbank. Die haben wir ja schon mal gesehen. Und unten drunter ist das Paket. Da sehe ich doch schon Paket. So, und das sollen wir jetzt zu Yumi bringen. Und das hätte Yumi nicht selbst holen können? Die 100 Meter hätte er nicht selbst gehen können? Oh.
Oh, I've always liked that statue. It's beautiful, isn't it?
So die.
I wonder what the artist was trying to represent.
We work to live, but can't make a living. So then we begin to live to work.
Was dachte sich der Artist?
Oh, yeah?
Alles kommt aus unterschiedlichen Ursprüngen, ist weit voneinander entfernt, aber irgendwann kommt es näher, verschlingt sich und dann wird's steil. So. Keine Ahnung, Digga. Ich war eine Niete in Kunst. So, Yumi, ich hab dein Paket. Die 100 Meter hättest du auch gehen können, ne?
Nicely done. It's really hard to find good help these days. That being said, my luck seems to be turning around. We've gotten a lot of new personnel as of late, not just you. Who knew all I had to do was put up a sign?
Ich würde es mir nicht zur Gewohnheit machen, Leute von der Straße zu rekrutieren. Ja, das könnte potenziell, könnte auch nach hinten losgehen. Ich sag's nur, wie es ist.
Well, I have you now, so I probably won't hire another person for a while. Anyway, here's your payment. And if I have any more work for you, I'll let you know.
Nice, 2000 Kreditos für mich.
Ah, if it isn't my favorite part-time security officer.
Wie läuft das
It's a
Tagesgeschäft?
lot of work, as always. People like to say, New Atlantis is the safest city in the settled systems. How hard could your job be? Well, safety doesn't happen by accident. It takes a lot of work and a lot of people.
What the dog doing? So, hast du Arbeit?
I've got nothing at the moment, but come back later. And I might have something for you.
Alles klar.
See you later.
Bis denn.
Contrary to what you might have heard, UC security personnel are good people. And Sergeant Yumi just happens to be an old friend.
Aha. Dann sollte ich dem vielleicht mal eine Shotgun ins Gesicht drücken. Da, das müssen wir noch machen. Sprich mit Sarahs Kontakt. Das ist, glaube ich, auch aktuell die letzte Quest, die wir hier in New Atlantis haben. Potenziell könnten wir dann noch rumlaufen. Entschuldigung, bin gegen das Mikro gekommen. Könnten wir dann noch rumlaufen, weil es gibt ja noch Orte, die wir noch nicht gesehen haben. Aber ich glaube, dann halten wir uns mal so ein bisschen an die Quest. Also ich denke mal, in New Atlantis wird man noch... Was? Wird man noch ein paar Mal besuchen. Ich tue mich schwer einzuschätzen, wie alt sie ist. Also manchmal wirkt sie relativ jung und manchmal relativ alt. Auch so vom Aussehen her. Dip, 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 dip. So. Ich bin wieder hier.
To the spaceport and speak to Crew Chief Harath. He'll get you where you need to go.
So, warte mal. Was kannst du mir denn über Tau City 2 sagen, wo ich hin soll?
Not sure there's actually a lot to tell. It's only had people on it for 20-odd years. UC set up a food processing facility there during the Colony War. But when the war was over, it was too remote to justify the fuel costs. Report mentioned some settlers bought the facility from the Ag office for next to nothing a couple of years back. See, if they couldn't make the place efficient enough to be profitable, I wouldn't be shocked to find out one of their upgrades knocked out their comms. But the place is a hike, so it well could be pirates or spacers have finally realized there are actually people out there now, which is why they're sending us.
Und ich bin hier für die Constellation.
Right. Got so wound up bringing you on board, I almost forgot.
No, I haven't. Come on, John. Let's hear it, before you try to convince him to join the Marines.
All right. Here's what I've got.
Ich bin noch schon
Vanguard volunteer by the name of Moera. Helps patrol the old neighborhood. Sol, Mars, Neptune, you know.
The Sol system. Which admiral did he upset to get that posting?
He's Martian, born and raised. Not like I can get anyone else to care. Word is he's got some fancy metal ornament he's been showing off to the old grounders. Matches that description Sarah gave me.
Ein Objekt aus Metall. Aha. Sicherheit missbraucht. Schlimm. Wenn er auf Patrouille ist, gefährdet das unser Projekt. Objekt. Aber warte mal. Was ist dann an den Soul System so schlimm?
Kidding? Lowest posting request rate in the whole fleet. Only thing there the UC cares about is Mars. And no one wants to go to Mars. They want to get off Mars.
Warum denn? Wer ist denn dieser Moara?
Oh, he goes way back. Think he was recruit number 81 or something.
Wow, das sagt mir jetzt sehr viel.
What? Nah. Soul system is as quiet as a coffin. It'll be fine.
That means it's not going to be fine.
I'm sure you two can handle it. Soul system is a lot of planets, but a vet like Moera will be checking in at Sidonia on the regular.
You mean hitting the bars, don't you, John?
Hey, nothing wrong with a little refresh between patrols.
Ja, also soweit ich sagen kann, hat das Sonnensystem 8 Planeten. Wo hat er denn diese Kühlerfigur gefunden?
You'll have to ask him, but Vanguard volunteers have retrieval rights if they get into a scrap. Wouldn't be surprised if he found it off of a pirate or something like that.
Mhm. Kannst du mir was über Sidonia?
Yeah, bring a coloring book. You get so used to seeing red, you'll forget what blues and greens look like.
Wow.
It's definitely a lifestyle, burning helium out there, seeing where the stars take you. Good luck out there, Vanguard.
Frage in Sidonia nochmal. Okay. Tschüss. Ups. Tschüss. Dann würde ich mal sagen, halten wir uns erstmal so ein bisschen an die Quest. Und das bedeutet, wir machen gleich erstmal andere Sachen. It is what it is. Manchmal wird man halt abgelenkt und macht dann doch was anderes. Aber ich meine, wir sind jetzt auch, glaube ich, seit 5 Stunden plus hier in New Atlantis, also...
A diplomatic visa? You got to be kidding me. Envoys haven't needed diplomatic visas since the colony war.
The law's the law, sir, and that one's still on the books. New Atlantis Security Charter 2308 Addendum, Article 2, Section 8.
Ludicrous. You made all that up. There is no such addendum. The war ended almost 20 years ago. I am Representative Evans Chisholm of the Freestyle Collective. I've been coming here for months trying to ensure continued peace.
I don't make up the laws, Representative. I just enforce them. You have a good day now. Someplace else. How are you today?
Sprich mit Vertreter Schüssel. Ja, gut. Und da geht's auch schon dahin, dass wir uns um die Quest kümmern.
Can't you see I'm dealing with something?
Worum ging es da überhaupt? Die Wachen haben wohl ein Problem mit dir.
Did you not hear? They won't let me enter the city. Me, a political envoy who comes here constantly trying to help prevent another war. And this is the thanks I get? They won't let me enter without a diplomatic visa? Ridiculous.
Kennst du jemanden, der helfen könnte? Ich kann mit ihnen reden.
Oh, really? And here I am biting your head off. Apologies. I'm just, well, rather flustered. Look, if you have time, could you please go to the Freestyle Collective Embassy and speak to a diplomat? They'll know what to do.
Kein Thema, jeden Tag eine gute Tat. Für ein paar Credits mache ich gern einen kleinen Umweg über deine Botschaft. Hatschi!
Fine. Seems like I'm at everyone's mercy today.
Stay safe out there.
Dankeschön. So, dafür machen wir das aber auch direkt. Wo ist... Ach, dahin. Ich kümmere mich darum. Ja, also, ne, wenn, dann muss ich ja auch was davon haben, dass ich hier jetzt nochmal durch die Gegend laufe. Also, ne, wir machen hier ja nichts für nichts. Geschäftsdistrikt. Düp, 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 düp. Mir geht's gut, ich hoffe dir auch. Also, da waren wir schon mal dran.
It's a shame House Varun abandoned their embassy. I bet we could have learned a lot from one another.
Das ist also Haus Varun. Komm ich hier rein? Sieht nicht so aus. Hätte ja sein können. Was haben wir hier? Sanctum Universum. Ich kümmere mich wieder um meine Quests, ne? Das Server hat Zeit. Hallo? Das erinnert irgendwie so ein bisschen an Destiny. zwischen den Greifsprüngen. Ist das was zum Lesen? Es ist was zum Lesen. Ach du Scheiße. Ja. Hab ich gelesen.
That first jump. It changes you, unlocks something within you. Have you felt it?
Thomas.
It's something, isn't it? The further out we reach into the stars, the more we learn about ourselves.
The first time I came to New Atlantis, I met Thomas. Thought it was absolutely crazy. Oh, how that's changed.
Ja, ich glaube, ihr seid verrückt. Religiös. Damit kann ich nichts anfangen. Also wieder raus.
Yes, exactly. It's like...
When someone insults you, you want to just beat the shit out of them sometimes, but you don't.
Well, not quite what I was thinking, but that's actually a great example, Marcus. The man in the story was cruel. But you know why he was cruel? You must feel what he feels. Understand his pain. Accept it. And deliver it not back upon him.
Empathy. You mean empathy? But you say it like it's easy. Like anyone can just love a terrible person who has been terrible to them.
Yeah, why even bother? I mean, isn't the cycle of humanity peace and war back and forth, like forever? Seems kind of pointless to try so hard for something that won't last. Nothing ever really changes.
It's not easy, no, but necessary. Because you see, everything has changed. God has given us the intelligence, the ingenuity to reach into the stars, to travel his path, to truly find him. But we can't do it alone. The only way is through
unity.
Huh. Yes, Andreas. Yes.
Allheit, Alter.
Well, I'm sure you all have...
Ich geb dir auch gleich Allheit.
Thank you for taking the time to stop and talk with me.
He's giving me a lot to think about.
There's so many mysteries in the universe, so many unknowns that I try to help out others whenever I get the chance. I may not always have the perfect advice for people, but I try to just be here for them. I think that's what they really need more than anything else. Were you seeking worldly wisdom or just a friendly ear?
Eigentlich suche ich gar
Are you
nichts.
sure about that? I think we're all looking for something, even if we're not aware of it. I could be wrong, of course, wouldn't be the first time, but if you find you're desiring something more, perhaps the church can be of service. You might give something of our writings a read. See what you think. I'd recommend starting with Among the Grab Jumps. I'm sure there's a copy lying about somewhere. And if you'd like, we could have a little chat.
Der Titel des Buchs kommt mir bekannt vor.
Or any other reason you might need me.
Ich hab mal durchgeblättert und hab's weggeschmissen. Klar, das habe ich neulich erst wieder gelesen. Ja. Ich hab's sowas von gelesen. Also ich hab so hart gelesen. Hab ich hart gelesen.
Understandable. The things I've forgotten over time. Well, you could fill more than a few books. As I said, I'm sure there's a copy somewhere. Might jog your memory. And it would give us an opportunity to discuss the ideas, which I would thoroughly enjoy. If you do read it, you know where to find me.
Jo, alles klar.
Even just the sound of his voice is comforting, I guess.
Are you a member? Keeper Aquilus seems to know what he's talking about.
Oh, hi there. I'm Marcus Lestari. Are you interested in the Sanctum Universum?
Ich kaufe nichts. Nicht
Well,
wirklich.
maybe I can entice you then. It's an exciting time for the church. We're growing every day. And if you're interested, we'd love to get to know you. Actually, we've had a few visitors come by recently, but they have yet to come visit us again. This strikes me as a good opportunity. I'm wondering, would you like to go check in with those visitors and welcome them back to our church? Maybe all they need is just another invitation. And don't worry, I'll pay for your effort, of course.
Warum gehst du denn nicht selbst?
Well, that's why. We want to keep growing our community, but sometimes people can be suspicious of others who are already heavily involved in the church. A new face like yourself might make the prior visitors more comfortable with returning. And you all may learn something along the way. Either something about the church or about yourselves.
Eigentlich
Alright.
nicht.
If you change your minds, come back to me.
Eigentlich nicht, mein Freund.
Aquilus has seen so much. I'm really glad I can talk to him when I need to.
Ich hab's nicht so mit der Kirche. Howdy! Draußen steht...
Hard to believe it's been 2 decades since we were at war with the Collective, when it seems like only yesterday.
Da ist ein Besucher,
Welcome to the Free Star Embassy.
der
Is there
nicht
something I can
reinkommt.
help you with?
Einer eurer Vertreter hat sein diplomatisches Visum vergessen. Wer darf die Botschaft betreten? Machen wir erstmal das.
Unless you have an appointment, only Free Star diplomats and security members are allowed inside. And because you're asking the question, I take it you don't have one.
Nein. Vertreter Chisholm wird am Raumhafen von der UC Security festgehalten.
Typical UC security. They try to bully us every chance they get and
Bisschen
still manage to play the
transparent.
victim. I'll get this squared away with the folks down at the spaceport. Thanks for letting us know.
1000 Credits. Nice. Jetzt bist du nicht mehr so transparent.
Don't you worry. I'll have our people go and fetch the representative.
Okay.
You see Stalin on purpose. I can feel it.
Ja, ich fühle auch so einiges. Wir gehen mal da oben lang. Wir fahren Zandvoort. Ja, also eigentlich würde ich halt schon gerne so möglichst alles an Quests mitnehmen, aber boah, ich habe jetzt keinen Bock für die Kirche da durch die Gegend zu rennen. Dafür habe ich einfach kein Interesse an der Kirche. Oh, guck dir an, Alter. Zandvoort. Jetzt DRS. Ach, CO2 Cheos Schmeißer immer. Okay, stopp. Raumhafen. So, aber dann ist es jetzt, glaube ich, soweit, dass wir New Atlantis erstmal wieder verlassen. Ich glaube, da hebt was ab. Er hebt ab. Nichts hält ihm am Boden. Nicht mal so. Sein Schlepphoden.
I know your type. Free will and space ace.
It's not as bad as everyone says. We should visit sometime.
Warum kommst du so auf mich zu?
Hey, you! You have a minute?
Wir verlassen doch noch nicht New Atlantis, ich glaube.
Right? You flew in on the, frontier.
Ich glaube, wir verlassen New Atlantis doch noch nicht, Alter. Ich habe jetzt ein anderes Schiff, aber das stimmt. Ich habe nur kein anderes Schiff. Es kommt darauf an, wer aus welchem Grund fragt. Ja, das ist mir egal.
I knew it! Tommy Bitlow, SSNN research intern. Word is the Frontier was involved in an attack? It's true, right? You saw some real action?
Will er mich interviewen oder was? Sind gute Menschen gestorben und verletzt worden? Die Crimson Fleet hat uns angegriffen, falls ihr das mit Action meint.
This is great. Great! My boss, Nadia Mufaz, would kill to talk to you. An actual eyewitness! There's credits in it for credible, newsworthy information.
Geld könnte ich gebrauchen. Ich weiß nicht, ob ich darüber reden sollte. Wer ist Nadia Mufaz?
Everyone knows David Barron, the face and voice of SSNN, if you will. But Nadia is in charge of all the research. All the best stories were written by her. She's really something.
Aha, sie ist was. Das Geld könnte ich
And
gebrauchen.
easy money, too. Just go to the SSNN building. It's not far. Keep it up, Tommy. You're killing it.
I've been trying to exercise more and eat.
Und das Ganze ist... Da, endlich in der Dunkelheit. Sprich mit Nadia Mufaz.
Healthier, but I feel like it'd help if I had.
Moving. You'll be scanned as you enter the city. Please keep. Okay.
Ah! Ah! Geschäftsdistrikt. Tja. Und eine weitere Folge auf New Atlantis. Beziehungsweise in New Atlantis.
Never forget what the FC did. Never forget.
Ich wollte schon sagen, die sieht irgendwie ein bisschen herausstechend aus.
No place in New Atlantis.
Was ist dein Problem mit der Freestar Collective?
What's my problem with them? Really? I'm keeping the FC accountable for the terrible things they've done. The Colony War was an unforgivable tragedy. Countless lives could have been spared, but the Freestar Collective was out for blood. The Freestar Collective took my father away from me.
No name, wie geht's? Dein Schmerz macht dich blind, so ist das nicht passiert. Was passiert ist, war furchtbar, aber wir müssen versuchen, es hinter uns zu lassen. Naja, also wenn ich das richtig verstehe, wenn ich das richtig im Kopf habe, hat die Freestar Collective den Narian-Vertrag gebrochen und sich eine weitere Kolonie gesichert. Und deswegen kam ja der Krieg. Also ist das ja theoretisch nicht falsch. Aber wir machen das.
But that's not what I want. I don't want us to move on. I want people to wake up and realize what the FC did to us. And I want them to be angry. I want justice and closure for everyone in the UC.
Was sollte denn deiner Meinung nach mit der FC-Botschaft
Well, I want it torn down, of course. The fact that there's even an embassy for them here after what they did, it's infuriating. Tear it down. Tear it all down.
Einen weiteren Koloniekrieg zu verhindern, brauchen wir Diplomatie und daher auch die Botschaft. Diplomatie bringt sowieso nichts.
Ha! Diplomacy? That doesn't mean anything to the FC. They'll break any law and treaty that they feel like. It doesn't matter to them.
Gut. Ich wünsche dir noch einen schönen.
Working at the Office of Interstellar Affairs is honestly my dream job.
Ach, du schon wieder.
Yes, and the sales in the fest didn't dip at all when the second store opened.
Impressive.
Times change, but one thing's constant. People need coffee.
I need to report back, but...
Okay. Gerade aufgestanden. What the fuck, Alter. Ja, aber hey, dann guten Morgen. Settled Systems News Network. Ah, ja.
Can't go in. You just can't.
But David's my friend. He writes
Thank
me.
you.
I hate to break it to you, but his PA is the one who signs all those cards and headshots. Mr. Barron's a very busy and important man.
But I came all this way.
Listen, I might be able to hook you up with some merch. Maybe get you a ticket to a speaking gig he's got. That's all I can do.
You are the best!
Please
I will
tell me
meet
you're
David.
not here to see
It's
Mr.
going
Barron.
to happen. David's amazing. And I hear he's single.
Okay.
David Barron is the most famous journalist in the settled systems.
Na dann.
If you've seen something interesting, let me know. If it
Yeah.
pans out into a full story, you'll be compensated. Welcome to SSNN, where the news never sleeps. If you're part of the David Barron fan club, try not to inflate his ego too much. He's liable to burst.
Ich mag ihn nicht. David kommt mir wie ein eingebildeter Egomane vor. Ich freue mich auch, dich kennenzulernen. Was für ein Problem hast du mit David Barron?
We spend hundreds of hours digging into stories, sorting the lies from the damned lies. Then David performs a 2-minute segment and wins an award. Who'd have a problem with that? A cog in the machine. If you mean literally, Nadia Mufaz, head researcher of the office. So if we got any facts wrong, I'm the one who files your complaint into the shredder.
Ah. Ich freue mich auch, dich kennenzulernen.
Sorry. Long day. Longer night. How about a do-over? Let's take a look at you. You're not from around here.
Hey.
My guess is you really work for a living. I bet you have a story or two. I have a feeling about such things.
Ein Praktikant hat mich gebeten, dir ein Interview zu geben. In letzter Zeit ist mein Leben ziemlich seltsam und interessant geworden. Ich helfe der Presse gern. Ich wollte schon immer berühmt werden. Ein Praktikant hat mich gebeten.
Tommy did something useful? So you must be the captain of the Frontier? Rumor is there was a firefight at a mining installation. I'm interested only in primary sources. So things you've seen and or done that are newsworthy. No hearsay. So, what do you got for me?
Okay. So, die Künstlerfleet hat eine Mining-Anlage von Argos auf Vecterra angegriffen. Woran arbeitest du gerade? Wie ist die Arbeit bei SNN? Erstmal fragen.
Short-staffed, overworked, and trying to report on a million things at once. Not to mention there's a constant battle with the powers that be to maintain our journalistic principles. So, things are just swell.
Wie ist denn dieser David?
Dear Lord, everyone wants to know about Barron. He's a smart guy. He cares about what he's reporting. He's way too damn cozy with the UC, and that's a problem for us staying impartial. My biggest beef with him is he's credited with everything he reports, and he doesn't lift a finger to correct that impression.
Und woran arbeitest du?
I'm working on an investigative piece about some of the businesses in the well right now. Trying to get a handle on how things are in that part of the city. I'm not sure the story will get off the ground, though. I asked the higher-ups if I could go down there for some interviews, but they said it's too dangerous. They'd probably be all for it if David asked.
Glaubst du denn, die Leute lesen?
I wouldn't be writing it if I didn't. Most people in New Atlantis like to pretend the well doesn't exist. I think it's important to call attention to what's going on down there.
Ja, komm.
Really? You sure? The well's a pretty dangerous place. It might be too much for a first-time reporter.
Ist so gut wie erledigt. Nennst du mich als Co-Autor, wenn ich dir helfe? Das ist mir doch scheißegal.
Great. I had 3 interviewees in mind. Teresa Mason, the owner of Kay's house, Henrik Zoran at Apex Electronics, and Nurse O'Shea from the Med Bay. You don't need to ask too many tough questions. I just want to read on how their businesses are doing and how things are in the well. I really can't thank you enough.
Ja, aber warte mal.
I just got a feeling about you.
Ich sollte dir doch hier.
Looks like some Crimson Fleet brainiac figured out it's easier to hit stationary targets than dogfighting in the field. And you are an eyewitness with the courtesy to find us instead of being chased down. Refreshing. So what were the pirates doing there? It's not their usual MO.
Tell them about the ore. That was quite a lucrative operation.
Erzähl von dem Erz. Naja, eigentlich sind die ja wegen Barrett da gewesen. Die Constellation hatte den Abbau in Auftrag gegeben. Die Crimson Fleet wollte die Einnahmen haben. Wir haben Beryllium, Eisen und seltene Mineralien abgebaut. Leicht verdiente Credits für sie. Eigentlich waren die ja wegen Barrett da.
Bad blood between the fabled Constellation and the Crimson Fleet? Has all the markings of what we in the SSNN call a story. So what's your role in all this? Part of a tour group?
Mir wäre es lieber, wenn wir meinen Namen und meine Rolle aus der Sache raushalten. Gideon heiße ich. Ich habe als Supervisor den Abbau geleitet. Nein. Ich habe zu den Minern gehört. Ja. Ich war für Argos tätig. Jetzt bin ich bei der Constellation. Ja.
Wow, an actual member of Constellation graces my office. Do we bow? Maybe smoke a pipe? So we've covered the basics. How about any harrowing tales of daring do? How'd a bunch of miners triumph?
Ich habe alle Angreifer eigenhändig erledigt. Ich weiß nicht, ob ich alle gemacht habe. Die Mining Crew hat sich zusammengetan und die Angreifer abgewehrt mit Binding Lasern. Ja. Wir hatten Hilfe, Barrett von der Constellation und sein Roboter Vesco. Ja. Ich erinnere mich nicht. Ja, machen wir das.
How heartwarming. Constellation banding together with some dusty miners. I like it. This is a good local story. Plucky miners band together and punch above their weight. If you ever get more stories like this, drop by. And take this to cover any incidentals or other creative ways to pad out an expense report.
500 Credits. Immerhin, immerhin.
Welcome to
Okay.
SSNN.
Okay, also. Verlassen wir den Planeten immer noch nicht. Wir gehen jetzt Richtung Unterdick. Ich glaube, es gab mehrere Wege dahin, aber an den ich mich gerade erinnere, ist über Raumhafen und an dem Fahrstuhl. Also ganz ehrlich, du kannst wirklich an Altersschwäche sterben, allein nur hier in New Atlantis. Das ist irgendwie... Ne, doch nicht. Da war der Fahrstuhl.
Do you